What's cracklin', everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list. For each episode, I take a cereal, put it on the tier list so you know how good it is. I'm your host, Tucker, and this episode we're moving on to Special K Raspberry, which I don't know why this isn't red berry or somehow related to red berry, but it's different. So last episode, we had a tough decision with the Special K banana. It was right on this line. Like if I could put something exactly on the line, I think this would be this. There's been a couple cereals I've said that, but I feel very strongly about it, with Special K banana. But it ended up in that C with chocolate and almond, pretty high ranking. But as I mentioned, raspberry making me remember red berry, which is a D, and one of the weaker Special Ks. So we'll see if this one's more like that. Hopefully it's more like banana, but this thing was super elusive. Anytime I would go to the store to try to find it, it was sold out for a while. So hopefully that's a good sign. We're just gonna open it up, see what we get. Okay, yeah, that's very intense. Kind of like that, you know how sometimes that raspberry scent's kind of harsh? That's what this is putting out there. Very crumply. This box, I think, has been through some stuff. But whatever. I managed to get it. So, we did. Yeah, been through some stuff. Interesting. Okay. Might have been a little much. All right. Okay, a balance-ish. Okay. I think the raspberry aftertaste is definitely stronger than the initial taste I was getting. It was a lot of very small broken up pieces, so that could have just been why. But yeah, it's the ratio of taste between the raspberry piece and the Special K piece is like 80-20, 90-10. It's very much overwhelming, the piece. For a moment there, it was kind of settling down a bit, that raspberry flavor. Then just took a bite, a good sized raspberry piece in there. And it's back again, so it does not seem to be really losing that taste as it's in there. As far as the dried fruits go, it's a little strong still for me, so I don't know if I'd put it up like too far above red berry. I guess the strawberries. So, you know, it's kind of that same tier. Definitely, it's no banana. But I think if you're very into raspberry, you might like it a bit more. I think it's just a bit, I don't know. It's sour. It's not quite the right word, but you know how raspberries are, where it's like leaning that way. I think it's just a little too strong in this cereal. Unlike last episode with the banana, the raspberries aren't adding much to the crunch, so the soggification of the base Special K piece is much more noticeable this time. Definitely feels much soggier, so not super into that, but we kind of, are used to it with Special K at this point. Like, what are you gonna do? Okay, this milk's turned pretty, like, kind of a reddish purple. Not quite that dark, but let's give it a try, see how that taste is. Oh, wait, that's a bit, I think I like that raspberry taste a bit more. It's not as intense. And, oh no, that's an awful big spill. But back to it. So lost a bit there, so it's going to be a bit harder to get more for the taste, but yeah, I think it mixes with the milk to be a bit more of a sweeter raspberry. Yeah, I think I'm just into that a bit more than the normal raspberry taste it was giving. So, good job. Milk should have been more like that. Cereal. Don't know if this was good enough to be sold out all over the place. So that still befuddling to me. So unlike last episode with the banana, the ranking for this one is a bit more cut and dry for me. I say that and then, kind of got to act like, oh, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? But so just going to get out of the way, say Special K Raspberry is going to be a D, along with the majority of the other Special K. I think it's just one of those things where they try and there's parts that are like pretty good, but they just do something weird with how like cinnamon pecan was far too strong, and then whole issue with raspberries or with red berries, because that's different, not raspberry, and then like using vanilla, which I'm not huge on. Like every time there's like something that's like, oh, a little weird, and I think they're just similar to the cinnamon pecan one. The taste is a bit too strong. Not, I almost said harsh, but I don't know if that's quite right. But yeah, it's just, I think it's a good idea and it's there. Maybe just, I don't know. Maybe there's some way to combine this and red berry so that it makes more sense and is also like a bit balanced better. Like maybe there's something there you could do, but as it is, I think it's fine. Falls in line with most of the other Special K though in the end. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and in the comments below, post your general thoughts. If you have found Special K Raspberry, maybe it wasn't as much of a struggle for everyone else as it was for me, but if you've tried this new cereal, be sure to let me know. If you know what's going on with like the red berry thing, I don't know why it's such a hang-up for me, but apparently it is. So if you got information on that, I guess let me know. I doubt you do, because I feel like it's just they didn't plan on this, like obviously because it's new, and then they did it. So like, oh, well, this seems weird, but it's where we are now. If you think I'm totally off base with saying that the raspberries kind of lean towards that sour side and that just doesn't make sense to you at all, let me know. I don't have a ton of raspberries in my life, so from what I can remember, the dried piece was fairly accurate to how that would be, but if that's wrong and you're like a raspberry expert, be sure to let me know. But until next time, stay delicious.